Hi, it's me, Little Shocker the Nicest Hedgehog, and we're going to do a video that's something that's never been really done with me before. First, I want to give a massive shout out for the inspiration being my good friend OG Albina. You'll definitely find a link to his channel down in the description where he's done these type of video discussions before. And they're really cool and very informative, so if you want to learn some things about Pokemon, whether it be the items, facts, natures, anything like sorts like that, definitely go check out my boy Owen. He's a really talented draft league player, and he's almost to 3,000 subs. It would really mean a lot to me if you help my friend reach his goal of 3K before the end of the year. Just like how you guys can subscribe to my channel and help me get to 110 before the end of the year. It would also be awesome if we can try to maybe meet the goal of 120 to get the channel back to its original sub count before I deleted this channel from the first time. With that being said though, let's get into today's video discussion. Today's video and discussion, we're going to be talking about an item that is very controversial to the Pokemon community, whether that be in Draft League or just in general, and that is the item Booster Energy. Back in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, when you have basically about near end completed the game before the final battle in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we take on Professor Saw or Professor. I forgot the other guy's name. Toro! There we go. But with that being said, there was an item that you could actually get before the fight. That item was called Booster Energy. And ever since Booster Energy Discovery from this game, it has made a decent impact. This item has become a question of whether or not it is an amazing item, or a trash item, or an item that is undecided if it's good or not. In this video, we're going to hopefully decide why I think it's actually not that bad of an item, and I will give you my ranking and an explanation why I believe this item can be very good. So you guys are excited? Like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's dive in. So real quick, we're going to jump over to Pokemon Showdown. Now, the reason why Booster Energy is such a great move, great item to begin with in the Pokemon franchise, is because of amazing Pokemon such as Roaring Moon and Iron Bundle, for example, all having abilities that get activated by Booster Energy. For the future Paradox Pokemon, they are given an ability called Quark Drive, which can activate once either in electric terrain that they either manually set up or get set up with things like Penurchin. Basically, having this electric terrain, you get an automatic +1 into any one of your stats. Well, I wish I could say that. See, the only thing about Booster Energy, it gives a guaranteed +1 if it is in towards your speed if your tire stat. Unfortunately, for the rest of your options in terms of getting a boost, you basically get kind of a Life Orb equivalent boost. So basically, for how much of a Life Orb adds, which if we look right here, you will see that Life Orb does a 1.3 damage. So basically, it adds in 1.3 in terms of its defense buff or attack buff in either special attack or attack in case someone did not want to go Choice Specs or Choice Scarf or Choice Banded for a matchup. And within Quark Drive, it's really cool to see access to things like terrain of users such as Penurchin, or even having the option to fit a move like Electric Terrain on a set where you can get it in, set it up for free, and get an instant boost guaranteed. What's also great is also being a part of the Electric Terrain team, you can also avoid potential sleep, which is amazing to counteract against such amazing spore users such as Amoonguss in itself. But there's another form of how this energy gets used, and that is through photosynthesis. The photosynthesis is the ability that it was given to the past Paradox Pokemon, such as mons like Roaring Moon. And now with the introduction of the Teal Mask, we've had so many amazing Sunsetters. We've had it Torkoal, we've had Ninetales, and even if you're looking for amazing good value for what it's worth, you even get Vulpix. Three mons that set up the sun with Drought. With having Drought, the same effect as Electric Terrain activates your Roaring Moon and its photosynthesis, getting that +1 to any stat, getting that boost to its stat while under Sun. But I know you're wondering, do I need to really be forcing myself to have a Terrain Mon or a Drought Mon to always have to use these abilities to make them work without having to worry about running Booster Energy? Well, here's the thing. You don't need these Mons to be able to pull off it. Are they a luxurious thing to have into always being able to guarantee set it up without needing the booster item? 100%. But there's a reason why booster energy is an item itself that can be used. With having booster energy, it allows you to be able to custom tailor your move set to where you can make your highest stat anything you want. So, for example, if I was to go for something along the lines of, let's say, a Jolly Nature, I want the speed for my Roaring Moon to make sure it outspeeds something like an Iron Valiant, And if I remember correctly, Iron Valiant ranges around this speed gap, let's say 365. But if I still want to be stronger with my speed, I run more attack than I do speed. Basically, I can guarantee that I can have more attack when my booster energy activates while still being faster than the Iron Valiant. This what makes really custom tailoring your Paradox Pokemon a lot more fun and a lot more unique. It adds a lot of more variety towards it, to where you can be able to always be able to either guarantee get that attack buff, or to get a speed rate. Make sure your speed is good without having to increase it. Now, obviously, if you wanted to go more of an offensive route, but then get that speed buff, it's a lot more different. With having now the adamant nature, if I wanted to guarantee be faster, I am now forcing myself to have to go either with minus IVs into my stat, or I am forcing myself to go something along the lines of Jolly, and then making sure that my speed is still stronger. So I could still go with a strong attacker, but guarantee that speed that I need and be able to hit so hard. That way I can be able to run stuff like acrobatics without needing the use of my item, or a potential luxury of clicking Dragon Dance to guarantee already have that +1 speed and to counteract the Scarfer that can already be faster than me. Overall, I think Booster Energy can be really good in terms of these Paradox Pokemon. And again, like I said, these custom tailor all these sets and all these stats, which is insanely great. But there are some cons to having such great power with this item. I've pretty much gone over most of the great pros about this item. Let's finish off this list of pros with it. With having booster item, you get that guarantee plus get that stab buff, which can help either end games or be a late game cleaner, or come midway and break and basically set it up for your team to win or win by itself. And that's what makes booster items such a great item to have on a Pokemon. But this is where it leads to the cons of it. For example, if I use my Iron Bundle to get the booster energy activated, but I'm now forced to switch so I don't take a Grassy Glide, I lose that boost now and forever. Which means that there's no other reliable way I can beat a Scarfer that now can guarantee outspeed my Iron Bundle. I have theoretically given up my booster energy, and I am going to basically lose the match because now I have nothing that can guarantee the speed buff. The pros and cons, most of that comes from booster energy, is the fact of not having good team synergy, let alone good team composition that can bounce back from having a good supporter in dealing with the loss of your booster energy. You need to have great team composition in order to be able to make sure that your Pokemon can still win a game or break for your team, even without having that buff in its stats. I think that team composition is the biggest thing when it comes down to this. Having phenomenal pivots in U-turn, Volt Switch, even the options of things like Baton Pass, Flip Turn, anything you can to help keep the momentum shifting for your Paradox Pokemon is very much well. And I think is what can help provide positioning to where you can still win without the booster energy if it is used up. Now, if you are going to use up the booster energy and be willing to know that you can still win the game with being confident with your team, you can be able to switch it out to save it because you believe the team composition you have can always be able to win. But if you do not have the confidence in your team composition, you must know when to pull the trigger. And that is another thing that a lot of draft league players are not going to really like with using booster energy, is that they have to buy their time, wait in order to pull the trigger when they want to pull the trigger so early that they know they have to give up the boost. That's where positioning comes in manage a factor. If I cannot get into the right position to where I know this Pokemon, once it gets a boost, I can win the game or basically KO like 5 Pokemon, and then the one Pokemon can deal with my last 3, and I can be able to win the game with that. Booster energy is very high hit or miss with a lot of people out there. And I can understand why a lot of people would say it's a trash item, and I can understand why a lot of people say it's one of the greatest items in the game. Personally, in terms of tiering between S, A, B, C, D being the worst tier, I consider this a B plus item. Now, what do I mean exactly when I say B plus item? It definitely borders between being a B and an A item. Whereas B, it's definitely that item that has niche role, but it's very decent to be able to use every so often. And A, being an item that can definitely be run almost every single week and have good results, while still not being a full major, like, big item, is definitely an item I can confidently say can be good to use. So that's my overall opinion about Booster Energy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's very different, very unique, and it's not something I never really thought I would do. If you guys are interested in more videos like this where you hear my thought process on items, moves, or even Pokemon, let me know in the comment section below. I definitely want to get your guys' feedback off of this video. And if you guys have any more discussion videos you would like me to know, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to interact with all of you. You're all amazing people. And again, definitely master shouts to Owen, who gave me the creative idea to do this. Definitely thanks to him, I wanted to do something like this because I just randomly thought of it today, and I figured, you know what? Let's make a video on it. So definitely go check out Owen to see all the discussion videos that he has that are very well thought out and very knowledgeable. He's definitely one of the best people you can learn the game from, and I highly recommend checking out his channel. Thank you so much for watching again, guys. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I will see you all in the next one. Bye!